everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elle and I'm chronicling my journey to the bikini fitness stage via 75 Hard and Pilates. And this is the long-awaited video about my concluding 75 Hard and the results. I have before and afters, all the goodies. So let's get started. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. Okay, so I started 75 Hard on July 7th and I ended on September 19th. Yes, that's 75 days. My rules were pretty much the traditional 75 Hard rules. Progress pictures daily, following a specific diet, 10 minutes of reading a self-help book, self-development, personal development book a day, 2 workouts a day. They have to be about 3 hours apart. Yeah, and I think those were all the rules I followed. Yeah. My results. So I basically did cardio, I did resistance training, weight training, strength training, and my main workout that I did every day was mat Pilates. So I did mat Pilates every day, and I would walk on the treadmill, walk outdoors. I would work out with weights in my sunroom. And yeah, so, that was the other rule. That's what I was forgetting to say. One of the workouts has to be outdoors, at least one. So I did posts every day on my TikTok, and I think I updated here every 2 weeks. And I loved it. I really loved 75 Hard. I really needed to do it. When I decided to do it, I had pretty much decided to do it. It was a last minute decision. And boy, am I happy I decided to do it. Let's get into it. So my results. I started 75 Hard at 222 pounds. I was about a 16, 18, sometimes I'd fit into a 20. And I was injured. I had I was coming off of a fallen arch in my left foot and a torn tendon in my right foot. So I was 222 pounds and I was hurt physically. And I needed 75 Hard to get out. I get out of, I guess, a mental, a dark space I was in, because to have 2 severe injuries on both parts of your body, my left foot was the arch issue and my right arm was a torn tendon near my elbow near the nerve. Working out was painful, but I needed to do it. I needed to work out to deal with the pain. So I started at 222. I ended on September 19th at 184 pounds. Now, that's about a difference of, I believe it's 38 pounds. Yes, 222 to 184. That's not typical. I was surprised. I was happy. It was about a 4-pound weight loss almost each week. It took me by shock that I would do it, that happened. And I also was shocked that I had finished 75 Hard. So that was surprising. Not your typical numbers. I don't have much to say about that. It's not your typical numbers. I was making sure that was the other rule. You also have to do I think a gallon of water a day. So those are the 5 rules of 75 Hard. And I did the hydration. I did, another thing I did was fiber. I started having a salad with like spinach in it, and almost every day, and I would have kale. Kale's an excellent source of fiber. And so are like lettuces and all the leafy greens, but I had to get more leafy greens into my day-to-day. And I've made other videos about the things that helped me, I think, accelerate the weight loss and optimize it. I was doing my Pilates every day, Sunday through Saturday, and repeating again Sunday. I think that kind of helped keep like the metabolism going and keep me burning calories no matter what I was doing. If I was on my walk, I was burning calories from the night before because I had done Pilates. If I was lifting dumbbells, I was burning, from the Pilates session 5 hours earlier, whatever the case may be. But I was constantly doing something that I think there was ultimately a lot of amplified results. So yeah, I mean, if you want, you can check out my other videos. I didn't do too many because I'm new. I'm new here, and I just, I try to put a lot of information into my bi-weekly vlogs, but I know I did some videos on the things that helped me via 75 Hard. For example, UV protective clothing helped me because sometimes I walked for, longer than 45 minutes. That's one of the mandates. The workouts have to be at least 3 hours apart, and they have to be at least 45 minutes in duration. And sometimes I would just go longer. And I would be outside. So I wore UV protective clothing. Electrolytes helped me with my hydration. Resistance bands helped because, especially as I was recovering from my tendon tear, sometimes dumbbells were a little bit too painful. So I would do resistance bands. Those were amazing. Those, I cannot preach them enough. So let's get ourselves resistance bands. I got the ones with like the handles. And you can do biceps, triceps, back workouts, shoulder workouts. You can do leg workouts. Everything you can do with the like dumbbells, you can do with resistance bands. So yeah, so those are my results. So I ended on September 19th. What did I do September 20th? Well, I started a second round. I know. I started a second round of 75 Hard. I didn't take any breaks. And I didn't really go into detail like on my TikTok account, like why. But I'll do it here because I have a little bit more time here. It's a little more long form. I was about 184, right? 184. And I was afraid of creeping back into what was happening prior to the start of 75 Hard. With my injuries, with my lack of movement. So, for example, I think when you work at a desk, you get and you're working at a desk for 8 hours. It's not a standing desk. We're talking, you're seated. Maybe you're lucky if you end the day with anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 steps. If you have a pet, like I do, you have to give them a few walks a day. You have to, get your own meals. You have to check the mail, and you have to check your, between all that, and maybe you sneak into a little, 20-minute walk at lunchtime. I was afraid of getting back into non-active habits, non-active lifestyle. And I decided to keep going. I mean, it's really that simple for me. And I figured that with the recovery type of workouts I do, with the restorative workouts like mat Pilates, I can afford to continue, because I'm giving myself certain breaks. So like, for example, I can do the squat rack, and then I can go do a longer walk, and then in the evening, and I'll do the squat rack, longer walk in the morning, and in the evening I can do Pilates, and the Pilates counts, but it's not too heavy on my joints, because I already did leg day. It doesn't, if that makes sense. So it complements the level of activity I'm doing. So what happened to mat Pilates? I still do it. I am 24 days into round 2 of 75 hard. So actually today is day 99 of 75 hard, if that makes sense. And I still do mat Pilates, but for the second round of 75 hard, I wanted to bring in something different. And I decided to do Reformer Pilates every day. So that goes in addition to the mat Pilates. So each day I'm doing a mat Pilates session and I'm doing a Reformer Pilates session. I reserve my Pilates for the PM, like mostly the evenings, because it works for me. I've tried doing Pilates in the morning, and I think because of the deep, concentrated movements that it demands of you, the deep, focused, concentrated, slow movements. When I've gone, and I've talked about this in another video, when I've gone to like grab my purse or grab a plate from another shelf or something, I end up tweaking. I think it's so good and it's so effective, and it's so mind-body connection during Pilates, that for my body type, when I go and start my normal day-to-day, and maybe the speed in which I move, and I go to my, resume my regularly scheduled programming, I end up like tweaking. For example, I tweaked my upper back one day, and another day was my neck. And both those times I was doing Pilates in the morning. So I now do everything I can to do Pilates in the PM. And it just works. And I'm already kind of slowing down my engines because it's bedtime. So I'll do Pilates as late as like 10:30ish. And I'm not really ever in bed later than 11:15. So it works for me. So that's what I'm doing. Yes. I think I've also, my measurements, gosh, I think I kept track, but it's been a while since I ended 75 hard round 1. I believe I lost 24 inches throughout my body, which is like 2 feet. Which is crazy. It's crazy. I know they kind of bill it, they as in, social media, it kind of bill it as like a mental toughness challenge. And even I think the founder bills it as that. It's not physical fitness, it's a mental toughness challenge. And I like that. I think when I started it, I was injured. And I needed something at that time to put fitness into. I need a container. I would work out prior to 75 hard, and I would be like, I don't know if that was a good workout. I would be like a little ambivalent. I think I had just lost some gym confidence, if that makes sense. And I needed to kind of go hard or go home, because I was desperate for relief from the pain, from the immobility, from the feeling that I was in a corner. So yes. So moving forward, I'm doing 75 hard round 2. I don't think I'll be updating every 2 weeks. I might be like week 1 to week 3, something like that. Because I already did 75 hard round 1, and I want to bring you guys like a different perspective. If that, that's what I want to do. I want to bring you guys a different perspective as someone who is doing 75 hard a second time, and it's like doing it continuously. So I might just do condensed vlogs of like week 1, week 3, and give you guys results. I would love to update you on my results. Like I said, today is day 24 of round 2, and I am weighing in at about 177-ish. So in the past 3 weeks, I've lost about 7 pounds, which is slower, which is awesome. I don't, as long as the scale keeps going down, I don't need a 4-pound weight loss every week. Obviously that's not, as they say, sustainable. So I'll take 7 pounds in like a month. That works for me. I'm very grateful, and I've learned so much about myself. Yeah, I mean, it's been really, really great. So keep an eye out for maybe 75 hard vlogs, like once a month, or once every 3 weeks. I still want to continue my Pilates videos, and yeah, I think I'm really grateful for where I am right now, and I'm grateful that I get to put out these videos, and I get to engage with you all, and I get to build something here, because I hope this channel, there were so many times in the beginning with the injuries, with the, my highest weight earlier before 75 hard, started 75 hard at 222, my highest weight was 235. And I felt like I was in a box. Like I felt like I was trapped in a corner. I didn't quite know how to get out because I had these injuries that were not done in the gym. They were just regular walking my dog. I talked about it before, but I had a shoulder impingement because I am a chronic side sleeper on my right side. So my rotator cuff got irritated. But I kept going, and I kept doing my workouts. I would just modify, I'm so thankful now for trying every day to come out on the other side, and falling in love with trying to move every day again, if that makes sense, and trying and digging out of a moment of my time that was, in my opinion, was a little dark, and not doing it alone. I'm so thankful for everyone who's a subscriber here. You guys were instrumental in fueling the fire that I carried with me every day, and I feel different, and I'm happy with that. I'm so happy, and I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, I think I can't thank you. Can't thank you all enough for sharing your time with me. For every like, for every comment, for my shorts and for my long form. I'm not going anywhere. We're gonna keep doing this, we're gonna keep moving forward. And I feel like I went on a journey that was very crazy and that was full of blessings. And yeah, so let me wrap this up and keep you guys keep an eye out for my Pilates yapping videos, more 75 hard content. If you guys want to see anything, please let me know. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about some more. But nothing's changing. I'm not going anywhere. We're gonna we're gonna keep going. And thank you for watching this. If you watched it to the end. If you have any questions about round one, anything else you have any questions about, please let me know. You know, I'm here to help and, you know, enjoy interacting with everyone. So thank you and have an awesome day, an awesome week. Today's October 13th. I didn't say that before. But thank you. So I will see you all in the next one.